Good evening. It's Sunday, the 13th of December 2020. Diane Hands bringing you Book for the Day. Human Crossings, 9 stories about refugees. And over the past week, I've been reading to you the story that I wrote for this book, Rubina's story, from riches to rags to riches. And yesterday we got to the part of the story where they were looking across the river to where a young man was just getting out of the water. He looks very cold when he reaches the far bank. I notice some people abandoning their baggage before they cross the river, while others try to take it with them. Most of them lose it, but everyone is getting across. Amina is scared. She says she cannot cross and is too afraid to try. I reach for her hand, look into her eyes, and tell her I know she can do it. Our family all take deep breaths and focus on the far bank, probably about 5 meters away. We all step into the water together. I'm holding Amina's hand on one side and Saeed's hand on the other side. Father has Rosarita on his shoulders and she clutches her bedraggled stuffed dog. The water is dirty, cold and deep. Deep enough to come up Syed's chin, but we all make it. We take a few minutes to catch our breath and hear noises coming from the nearby woods, looking towards the woods on our right. We see police on horses coming quickly in our direction. Amina calls to me to follow her towards the woods in the front of us, when suddenly this big black horse is between Amina and me. I hear a scream and I know Amina is being beaten. I try to stop by grabbing the rider on the horse by the foot, but he kicks me away. I don't see what happens to Amina. Father has managed to hide Saeed and Rosarita in the woods, so he comes to find me. We seem to be in hiding there for hours, but it is too dangerous to move. We are wet, cold and hungry, and there is nothing we can do about it. Father says, I don't see any point in staying at Idomeni, so we should go to the camp they call the jungle. At least it'll be nearer to England. It's likely to be several days travel, but I don't see anything else for it. So this is what we'll do. We'll go back to Idomeni the way we came. It does mean crossing that stream again in the dark, but we've done it once, so the next time isn't so bad. We'll get everything together that we want to take with us, collect our truck and trailer from Frank. We can go and visit Mother's grave, and I will go to my agent to give him instructions what to do if he is unable to contact me. I ask, what about Amina? Father replies, we have already looked and looked for her. She may have gone back to the camp. We'll collect the truck and trailer from Frank, then Once it is all loaded, we'll take another look around the camp before we leave. As dark approaches, we slowly come out of the wood and find there's nobody to be seen. The stream is only a few hundred meters away, but Father wants to cross where we crossed originally. He says that way we can be reasonably sure of a safe crossing. Following the stream in the growing darkness is easy, though what bothers me is that I'm going to get wet and cold again. Eventually, we find the crossing place and slide down into the water. Father carrying Rosarita with her stuffed dog on his shoulders. Once more, and holding Saeed's hand while Saeed holds mine. Father stumbles as we reach the far bank and tips Rosarita into the water. She howls and won't shut up. On the bank, Father tells her he's sorry and kindly asks her to stop crying. She comes to me and puts her face into my soaking clothes. When I realise that she has lost her stuffed dog, that's what she is upset about. It is a slow walk back to the camp. I never thought I'd feel so pleased to see that disgusting place. I'm even more pleased to see our tent has been untouched. On the way, we saw several devastated places where people's tents had been ransacked in their absence. Father says, Rubina, help Rosarita and Saeed get into dry clothes, please. It doesn't matter whether or not they're clean. You do the same. I'm going to fetch water for tea before we go to sleep. He goes off and I get my brother and sister out of their wet, dirty clothes. Then they are into bed by the time Father comes back. So while he makes tea, I get changed too. With the tea, he produces a packet of biscuits and says, I'm sorry, it's all I could scrounge. And that's where we'll leave it for today. And tomorrow you'll find out what has happened to them. Good night. You can also find Human Crossings on Amazon, and you can read some more on our Facebook page. Until tomorrow, Diane Hands. Good night.